How to pass prop firm challenges. Today's video is all about that. I'm going to be explaining the exact setups that I took in order to pass this $100,000 account with Alpha Capital. I'm going to be showing the exact trades that I took, my account metric dashboard, and much more. Full transparency from the only and the realest trader here on YouTube. Hey guys, my name is Fabio, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing everything you need to know in order to pass funded challenges. So let's dive straight in. All right, we're inside of my account metric dashboard here of Alpha Capital. And as you can see, start date 24 of September 2024, with the account size being $100,000 and my equity being 10% in plus. So that means that the status of the account or challenge has been passed. So first of all, very clear, we passed the challenge. Now going into the more interesting numbers, what we can very clearly see is that the number of trades taken was actually only 3. So this means that in only 3 trades, I was able to pass the Alpha Capital phase 1 challenge. Now going into my win rate on the account was 66.67%. However, this should have been actually 100%. Obviously not very realistic. Nobody has a 100% win rate. But as you can see in this particular scenario, I was a little bit lucky where I didn't have any real losses. The only loss that I took was a $9 loss, but this was only a trade that I took in order to achieve the minimum trading days. Now going into the more interesting part, the trades themselves. So as you can see here on the 24th, I took a EURUSD long for a 7.9% return. On the 26th, which was a Thursday, I took a Euro Yen long for a 2.3% return. And then on that Friday, I just filled up my trading days, which enabled me to successfully pass the phase 1 account with Alpha Capital. So this just goes to show 100% transparency. You're able to see my exact position with my entry, my stop loss, and even my exit price. Now, these trades were actually called inside the Discord for free. So I share all of these trades live. I wanted to pass this account with full transparency. As you can see here, I had a euro dollar buy stop with my entry on 1.11470, my stop loss 1.1132, and my TP 1.12. Now, I have to be honest, I chickened out a little bit earlier with euro dollar. So my entry was indeed 1.11473. So it's pretty much one-on-one due to the spreads. I guess it was just slightly different. My average exit price was 1.11889 and my stop loss was 1.1131. As you can see, 1.1132 was the stop loss that I shared. So again, full transparency, trade was shared. I then updated what I was looking for. As you guys can see, it's developing into something bigger. It's a 1-hour setup on a double high break. And for me, we're targeting liquidity. The daily is bullish, the 4 hours bullish, and we have 4-hour order flow as well. After that, I also updated once we hit the TP level. Now going into the actual trade itself, let's just break it down for a second. So starting off here on the daily time frame, what we can very clearly see is that the overall momentum was definitely in towards the upside, right? So we have a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and again a higher high, higher low. So expecting a new higher high to be formed. So first of all, when it comes to market structure, we have 2 forms of market structure. First of all, we have swing structure. Second of all, we have fractal market structure. So the swing structure was obviously bullish in towards the upside. Now looking at fractal structure, we were also bullish. Now let's just go back 1 candlestick over here. What we can very clearly see was that on euro dollar, we had a pullback. We had a pullback in towards this daily area of demand. Well, what you can then see is that we tapped into demand straight away, we reversed in towards the upside once again. So this downtrend here on fractal structure flipped bullish. So this was your change of character. We flipped bullish. And from that moment onwards, what happened? We pulled back in towards discount levels. So with discount levels, I mean everything below the 0.5 fib retracement level, and from there we rocketed back up in towards the highs. So at this point in time, we had obviously a demand zone which played out. We had market structure, and we also had liquidity because we liquidated the low of this fake demand zone which we had over here. So we liquidated the low of that demand zone. So early buyers got stopped out. So therefore we had liquidity, market structure, supply and demand, and I was therefore happy to look for that long. So again, we know the daily was bullish. The 4-hour was also bullish. We had a mini downtrend in towards the lows, but then again, 4-hour flip bullish. So we're looking again for a new higher high. Next to that, we had 4-hour liquidity resting above this daily swing high. So yeah, again, very interested in only looking for buys. Now, going into the actual entry itself, I went into towards the 1-hour time frame. And on the 1-hour time frame, I observed something very, very interesting, and that is this supply zone. So the average supply and demand trader would say this is a supply zone and I want to go short from it. This is my liquidity high. However, if you understand price, you understand that the daily and the 4-hour were bullish. Therefore, first of all, we were not interested in shorts. Then second of all, this is a fake area of supply. There was a very obvious trend line resting above the highs, and we were looking actually just to fake out on the trend line and just push the market up higher. Next, that we have something called equal highs. So we have lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So I therefore again understand that there's liquidity or stop losses above each high. And next to that as well, we don't have any liquidity in the overall push down. So this is like a fake news push. Therefore, this is fake supply. And I therefore expect the market to take it out and push beyond it. So on the day itself, which was the 24th, again, you can see I shared this trade at 12:32 p.m. So we go into the trade itself, 12:32. So we go into 12:30. Let's see. Let's go into the 30-minute time or the 50-minute time frame. That should be good. So we have the 15-minute time frame. I actually shared it already here. Now I see. So I already shared it here, the signal that we were looking for a buy on the high break over here with my stop loss at, what was it, 310. So I'm just going to move it on because I only got tagged in around here, as you can see. So we got in just to check, yep, over here. And what you see is that at this point in time, I actually identified again that the setup was still valid. I still had my buy stop here on the high. It could have also been a little bit lower entering over here with a wider stop loss actually even below this low. But at the time, I was just happy with the entry that I had. As you can see, we get tagged in straight away. We were trace. I wasn't really too afraid because we had a clean area of demand over here. If you look on the 15-minute time frame, we had a nice area of demand with this sell candle, which actually took out this supply zone. So I was still happy to look for that potential long. Then what you see is that the market pushed down slightly more, liquidated the low, kept us in, and then actually pushed further in towards the upside, and eventually what you see is a retest of that demand zone over here, which you could have taken a potential skill in even. I didn't personally, but you could have taken it. And then from there, the market pushed up higher in towards where I took profits. So yeah, that was the beautiful EURUSD trade, traded in full transparency, shared attached with a screenshot, and inside the Alpha Capital dashboard, as you can see as well, the trade is there to see. Now, going into our next trade, Euro Yen. So Euro Yen was taken on the 26th of September. So let's go and look at that trade. So let's input the overall risk reward tool over here. So the trade was taken on the 26th, and the overall entry, as we can see, was 161,503. So let's just input that. My stop loss was 161,201. And my take profit level was 161,838. All right, so as you can see, this was the trade that I took. Going back in towards the 4-hour time frame, let's just do another top-down analysis. It is very clear Euro Yen was trading in towards the upside with higher highs and higher lows. So I was looking to continue the trend further in towards the upside. Furthermore, if I look to the left, we could very clearly see that we had a liquidity high resting over here. And again, a descending trend line. And I'm just looking to take out the liquidity above that trend line to get out all of those stop losses, which are resting above the highs and above this descending trend line. Then again, when it comes to the 1-hour time frame, we can very clearly see that the overall order flow remained bullish. This was demand over here. So we get that push up, we get a pull back in towards demand, and then we just continue up higher. So you have a beautiful internal trend here playing out to absolute perfection. Now, focusing on the day itself, what we had was this clean area of 1-hour demand. We see the initial reaction. I then go into the 15-minute time frame as I'm looking for my potential entry. What I identify on the 15-minute time frame is again a beautiful reaction to this overall demand zone, to this overall area of consolidation. We have our fractal break confirming that there is a bullish trend. So we have this pullback in towards that 1-hour demand. We get the push up. This is your initial market structure shift. So personally, I'm just waiting for additional confirmation to confirm that this demand zone is actually valid. Therefore, I place my entry on the high break of that 15-minute high to confirm that the 15-minute trend would play out and push the market up higher. And at that point in time, you see that we pretty much move straight into our TP. Now, looking at the trade itself, you can see again, I shared the trade with full transparency. And again, I also shared when I passed the funded account, and I told everyone to just put it to break even. Yeah, or you could have left it with your original stop loss to follow order flow. Eventually, I was looking to see if it could continue from here. Now, as you can see, with these two trades, I already passed the funded account. On the day after that, we just took one more trade to pass the trading days, and that was it. The phase one with the Alpha Capital was passed. Now, obviously, you might be wondering, but Fabio, the trades taken, the risk to reward, it doesn't match up if I take 1% risk. No, indeed, I take a higher risk when it comes to prop from challenges. This is my approach. What I prefer to do is, instead of buying one single account and taking 1% or even 0.5% risk, is I take multiple accounts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know in the description down below. Join our free Discord. I'm there to help on a daily basis as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.